Do you know what the cost is of obtaining the Demon Slayer mark or the secret behind Shinobu's smile? We've got 26 heart-wrenching moments, secrets, and hidden trivia that are bound to blow your mind. So, whether you're a diehard fan or just starting your Demon Slayer journey, get ready to level up your knowledge that'll have you saying, "No way, I didn't know that." Also, beware because spoilers are included. Number 26. Rengoku's Umai. Rengoku is renowned for his exclamation of umai, a Japanese expression translating to delicious or tasty in English. This proclamation often punctuates his meals, embodying his deep-seated appreciation for the art of good cuisine. More than just a simple affirmation of taste, Rengoku's gastronomic zeal manifests as a reflection of his vibrant personality and infectious positivity. Number 25. The Demon Slayer uniform for females. The choice of Mitsuri to don the official female Demon Slayer uniform in spite of its provocative design is a testament to her unwavering dedication and sincerity. The uniform, arguably more revealing than most of the female Demon Slayers might be comfortable with, becomes a symbol of her profound sense of duty and reverence for the Corps' traditions. In stark contrast, Shinobu Kocho and her contemporaries have voiced their dissent against the uniform's revealing nature, lobbying for attire that's deemed more suitable. Number 24. Weaker Demons. Demons are ensnared in a grim cycle of survival, forced to prey upon humans for sustenance while being pursued relentlessly by those sworn to their destruction. Forever fleeing, forever hunted. It's an existence marred by harsh reality, a relentless game of cat and mouse they never asked to play. They were not born into this monstrous form. It was thrust upon them. They face a macabre choice: surrender fully to their grotesque nature, becoming the monsters they appear to be, or live in a constant state of terror, with the ominous shadow of danger looming large at every turn. Number 23. Tengen's Regret. Tengen is flamboyant and brimming with audacious confidence, and is not as invincible as he appears. Unveiled in the tragic weave of his story is Tengen's burdensome guilt, a poignant reminder of his perceived cowardice. He shoulders the desperate yearning to have traded places with Muichiro Tokito, a friend he believed was far more deserving of life. Number 22. Heaven and Hell. Heaven and Hell exist as portrayed during the Mount Natagumo arc. Unlike his demonic brethren whose backstories unfold in the fleeting moments of their demise, Rui's reunion with his family and their subsequent descent into the abyss of hell forms a stark and compelling cornerstone of the tale. For many demons, the precipice of death often triggers a cascade of past memories. These recollections, steeped in tragedy and emotional turbulence, serve to humanize the demons and elicit empathy from the audience. Yet these are not heartfelt reunions with cherished ones. Instead, they are the demons' poignant reveries, revisiting significant moments from their past existence. Number 21. Aoi had a crush on Tanjiro. Aoi's initial infatuation with Tanjiro sparked a wildfire of speculation among fans. The possibility of a budding romance between the two was heightened due to the sparse presence of female characters in the series at that point. The arrival of Kanao on the scene, coupled with the blossoming of a relationship with Tanjiro, was a game-changer, dramatically altering the romantic dynamics within the narrative. Upon recognizing the tender affection blooming between Kanao and Tanjiro, Aoi made the heart-rending decision to step aside, surrendering her own romantic feelings for Tanjiro. Number 20. Tanjiro's unusual reaction to his mark. In one of the manga's evocative panels, Tanjiro utters the words, "Please live on happily even without me." These are not casual words dropped into a conversation. They are a profound confession of his internal struggle. He grapples with the possible implications of this mark, not out of self-centered anxiety, but out of genuine concern for its potential impact on those he holds dear. This mark is far more than a mere aesthetic detail. It carries a weighty burden of responsibility. And Tanjiro, true to his character, does not shy away from this challenge. He squarely faces the unknown, ready to shoulder whatever consequences this enigmatic mark may bring, underlying his unwavering commitment to protect those he loves. Number 19. Michikatsu's love for his brother Yoriichi. In a moment of profound sentimentality, Michikatsu tenderly bestowed upon Yoriichi a handmade flute. He made a solemn vow to his brother, promising that the sweet notes of the flute would serve as a beacon calling him to Yoriichi's aid whenever needed. Tragically, this poignant emblem of brotherhood shared a fate similar to Muichiro's. Number 18. Zenitsu owed about 600,000 yen. Zenitsu, an orphan lost in the labyrinth of life without guidance. A significant chapter from his youth was a tale of love turned sour. Zenitsu, besotted with the girl, poured his heart out through monetary gifts, only to be cruelly betrayed as she eloped with another, leaving him shackled with a mountain of debt. His desperate yearning for companionship and terror of dying alone rendered him susceptible to the machinations of predatory women. Feigning affection, they exploited his longing for love and family, draining him financially while inflating his debts. Number 17. Gyome and Kaigaku. In the manga, it's unveiled that the innocent child who unwittingly became the harbinger of doom to Gyome Himajima's sanctuary of orphans by bringing a demon was none other than Kaigaku. Kaigaku would later succumb to his darkest inclinations, morphing into a demon and becoming Upper Moon Rank 6, while Gyome's fate brings him on the Demon Slayer path. Number 16. Kokushibo's endless killing. 3 centuries elapsed from Yoriichi's demise to the manga's present timeline. Kokushibo likely took down thousands of Demon Slayers and possibly even hundreds of Hashira during that time. While the exact count remains undisclosed, it's not unreasonable to assume it's in the hundreds, if not more. Number 15. Tanjiro's Black Demon Sword. It's said that those who wield black blades are often beset by challenges in mastering a specific breathing style, their skills believed to be lacking. While Tanjiro primarily employs water breathing, his blade remains obstinately black, refusing to mirror the azure tints common to characters like Tomioka. The reason for this anomaly is rooted deep within Tanjiro's extraordinary lineage and unique abilities. Tanjiro is the bearer of an exceptional talent, the ability to perform the Hinokami Kagura, a sacred dance passed down from his father. This dance is intrinsically linked to the primordial breathing style known as sun breathing, a legacy preserved through generations of the Kamado family. The only other known individual to have mastered this ancient art was Yoriichi, whose katana, akin to Tanjiro's, bore the enigmatic shade of deepest black, a testament to their shared connection to sun breathing. Sun breathing is revered as the cornerstone upon which all subsequent breathing styles in the Demon Slayer universe were built. The obsidian color of the blade holds symbolic significance, as black is known to absorb the maximum sunlight, thereby enhancing the lethal potency of sun breathing techniques against demons. Number 14. The difference between Nezuko's adult and child forms. Nezuko exhibits a demeanor akin to that of a preteen. Her behavior is marked by extended periods of sleep, limited communication, and a penchant for creating whimsical games to amuse herself during dull or serious discussions. When upset, she can display moments of emotional outburst. This peculiar behavior can be attributed to 2 key factors. Firstly, Nezuko is a child, likely no older than 12 or 13 years old. Secondly, her transformation into a demon had a profound impact on her personality. Her memories of her past, including her brother and parents, exist as fragmented and chaotic recollections in her mind. Notably, Nezuko possesses the unique ability to shrink her body to a toddler's size when necessary. Number 13. Muichiro's tragic death. Muichiro's body remains undiscovered, forever entombed beneath the ruins of the Infinity Castle following the intense clash with Kokushibo. Number 12. Reasons why Shinobu never received a proper burial. Shinobu's death is undeniably tragic, and it's compounded by the fact that she does not receive a proper burial due to the circumstances of her demise. Her fierce battle against Douma culminated in her absorption by him just before the countdown to sunrise, preventing her comrades from offering her a fitting farewell. Number 11. Sanemi's confession to Genya. During the Infinity Castle arc, Sanemi opens up to Genya in a heartfelt moment, expressing regret that Genya ever became a demon slayer and should have led a different life with a family to protect. This emotional exchange brings tears to Genya's eyes as he realizes the depth of Sanemi's feelings for him. Interestingly, Kokushibo, witnessing this poignant interaction between the 2 Demon Slayer brothers, feels a pang of nostalgia for his own younger brother. Number 10. Kokushibo's descendant. Kokushibo's ruthless rampage claimed the life of only one Hashira during the Infinity Castle arc, and that unfortunate victim was Muichiro Tokito, the Mist Hashira. It was revealed that Muichiro and Kokushibo were related by blood. Number 9. The reason Sanemi is nice to Shinobu. Sanemi is notably more respectful and considerate towards Shinobu, Kanae's older sister. This is because Sanemi was in love with Kanae and deeply respected her. Despite being so vastly different from each other, they share many similarities. Both are the eldest of their family and wish to protect their younger siblings. Both have lost almost all their family to demons, and their reasons to become demon slayers are also similar, avenging their family. Number 8. Sanemi's emotional farewell to a dying Genya. Genya's demise occurred during the confrontation with Kokushibo, where he valiantly contributed to the battle's outcome. In his final moments, his brother Sanemi was filled with regret, lamenting the strange relationship they had endured. With tearful pleas to the heavens for Genya's salvation, his body began to disintegrate in a manner reminiscent of a demon's demise, marking a poignant and tragic conclusion to his character's arc. Number 7. Shinobu's constant smile. Before she ascended to the esteemed rank of Hashira, her sister Kanae was the embodiment of the flower Hashira. Kanae radiated warmth and kindness, fostering a dream of harmonious coexistence between demons and humans. Yet her hopes were ruthlessly shattered when Douma, in an act of monstrous brutality, claimed her life. This devastating loss seared Shinobu's soul, triggering a seismic shift in her personality. Wrestling with her grief and a burgeoning fury towards demons, Shinobu sought refuge behind the mask of Kanae's cheerful demeanor. She adopted a ceaseless smile as her armor, a facade that concealed her simmering rage and profound sorrow. By doing so, she honored her sister's memory, embodying Kanae's last wish for her to keep smiling even in the face of despair. Number 6. Douma's underrated backstory. Born into a religious cult led by his parents, Douma was worshipped as a deity from a very young age. His parents exploited his innocent and naive nature, manipulating him to believe that he was truly divine. As a result, Douma grew up isolated and detached from human emotions, unable to comprehend the pain and suffering of others. When he was 20 years old, his parents planned to commit mass suicide along with all the cult members and wanted Douma to join them. However, in a twisted turn of events, Douma unknowingly consumed a poison that turned him into a demon instead of killing him. In his new demonic form, he devoured his parents and all the cult members, oblivious to the horror of his actions. After becoming a demon, Douma continued leading the cult, feasting on his followers under the guise of their ascension to paradise. His charisma and manipulative skills allowed him to maintain his followers' blind devotion, making his cult one of the largest human sources for the demons. Number 5. Why Akaza does not eat women. Akaza holds a strong personal code that prevents him from devouring women. This unusual behavior among demons stems from his tragic past and the deep love he had for his late fiancée, Koyuki. Before his transformation into a demon, Akaza was a human named Hakuji, who fell in love with Koyuki. However, their happiness was short-lived, as Koyuki died of a disease. Devastated by her death, Hakuji was manipulated into becoming a demon by Muzan. Even after his transformation, Hakuji's love for Koyuki remained etched in his heart, manifesting as Akaza's refusal to consume women. This is an act of respect towards the memory of his beloved Koyuki, symbolizing his undying love even in his demonic form. Number 4. The cost of using the Demon Slayer mark. There's a steep price to pay for a Demon Slayer mark. According to past stories, those who manifest a mark are destined to have a short life, typically not exceeding the age of 25. The sole exception to this rule is Yoriichi Sugikuni, the original mark holder, who lived to the age of 80. Interestingly, people over the age of 25 can also manifest the mark, but the consequences for them remain a mystery. Essentially, activating a Demon Slayer mark entails a trade-off between one's life and future for an immediate boost in power. There's no way to reverse this. Even a brief activation of the mark carries these life-altering consequences. Number 3. Genya and Muichiro. After the intense battle against Kokushibo, both Genya and Muichiro suffered severe injuries. Genya, in particular, clung to the hope that Muichiro had survived, desperately searching for him. This hope was fueled by Genya's strong desire for his friend's survival. However, the harsh truth eventually came to light, revealing that both Genya and Muichiro had tragically lost their lives in the battle. Number 2. Akaza vs. Kokushibo. The relationship between Akaza and Kokushibo is characterized by a complex mix of rivalry, mutual respect, and hierarchy. Akaza, driven by his relentless pursuit of strength, views Kokushibo as a potential target to surpass. He aspires to defeat Kokushibo and claim the position of upper one amongst the 12 Kizuki. However, despite his ambition, Akaza still acknowledges Kokushibo's authority and defers to him as a superior. On the other hand, Kokushibo finds Akaza to be an intriguing and entertaining subordinate. When Akaza once challenged him for the position of upper one, Kokushibo chose not to absorb him, as he had done with other challengers. Instead, Kokushibo spared Akaza, driven by a combination of curiosity and respect for Akaza's warrior spirit. He hopes that Akaza will continue to pursue greater strength and potentially challenge him again in the future. While Kokushibo respects Akaza as a fellow warrior, he does not let Akaza defy the established hierarchy within the 12 Kizuki. Number 1. Tamayo went to hell. In the final chapters of the manga, it's strongly implied that upon Tamayo's death, she does not join the other fallen heroes in their afterlife, but instead goes to a form of hell. This has sparked various theories and interpretations among fans regarding the reasons for her destination. Some theories suggest that Tamayo's demonic nature might have played a role in her ending up in a form of hell, as demons in the series are often associated with evil and suffering. Others propose that it could be related to her past actions, including killing her loved ones and countless others as a demon, and that she may be in a form of self-imposed atonement.